The design process can be quite messy, but that doesn't mean your Figma files have to be. Keeping your files organized helps not only yourself, but also everyone who's collaborating with you. Hi, I'm Deborah, a product designer, and in this video, I'm here to show you how I organize my Figma files in an efficient and simple way that gives context on the project, makes designs easy to find, and makes it obvious the state of each section. And although organization is no guarantee of high quality designs, it definitely saves you time and makes collaboration so much easier. Let's jump to Figma. Okay, so this is a template file that I made to walk you through my organization system. So to get started, we have a cover. So what I do is I put the name of the project. Then I also add a brief description about the project, something just like 2 or 3 lines to help people understand what they can find within this file. I also add the month and year in which we were designing this, and also the current stage of the overall project. Setting up a cover is honestly a no-brainer because it's super easy for you to design one, and also it makes finding your project so much easier because once you set it up, and that's you're gonna do by right-clicking here and then set as thumbnail, it's going to make your file look like this. So basically you're able to see the description, the name of the project, the stage, and etc., which is very helpful when you're dealing with a lot of files. So moving forward, we have the onboarding page. So basically, this is the start here section of the file. It's where I'm going to be giving a little bit more details on the project. We just have welcome to, and then the name of the project, some text explaining what made us work on this project, what was the need, who we're targeting, what our goals are with this project, any documentation, and then you can go ahead and link. And in this one, I specify that for the development team, those are the important pages, just because this is a file where there are lots of things going on and etc. And I don't want developers like going crazy trying to figure it out. So I'm just like, no, what you're going to need is going to be found here. So you don't have to worry about anything else. Then I explain how I organize like the screens and etc. so they can understand like the order. And also I use this. There are these 3 stages here, so it can be completed, it can be pending review. So that's super helpful for your design manager to go ahead and know what's ready for review and also in progress. So when you're still working on it, so they don't have to go ahead and start reviewing things. And lastly, depending on the size of the company, depending on the size of the team, you can simply list whoever was working on the project. But if you have a very small team, maybe that's not going to be necessary. You can start with this template, but then you make changes according to your situation and context. So basically on later interfaces, so of course, if it's a portal, maybe all the screens are going to be here, and then each section is going to be a page of the portal. Or if we're working on a specific feature, or if we're working on the website, again, you're going to see what's going to work best on the context that you're working right now, and then you're simply going to have your screens here. To show you how I do this in real life, so this is one of the projects that I'm currently working on. And basically I just, for example, I have the home screen and then I have all the designs here. Yes, I do rename my layers. Sometimes developers do look at them. Currently in this Figma file, everything is pending review. Usually if I'm working on a product or feature that is going to trigger like emails, and I also have to design those emails, I usually keep them in the same file just because the context is very similar, but I just put it under a separate page. So when we go to handoff, that's basically where your design system is going to be. The components, you're going to have iconography, you're going to have specifications about padding, about colors, and etc. And finally, we have prototype. Usually I have it under a different page as well because I don't want it to look like this. Oh, and by the way, those 2 pages here, those are empty pages that they're here just to make things more organized. And lastly, we have junk. So we have the playground. Playground is the place where I'll be designing. So for example, if I'm working on a new page, that's where my design is going to start to come to life. Once I'm done with that design, then I'm going to take it into the latest pages. This page is usually very messy, but it's okay. archive. So that's basically some of the explorations that I did, but I decided not to move on with this. And also to have a recap of all the versions that you have, maybe add some comments from critiques that you got from your peers. So you're going to keep all the previous versions, but they're not going to be on your way under Playground or under latest designs. It's just where you store stuff. And that's mostly all, friends. One thing to keep in mind is that just like a product, you also need to validate your organization. So reach out to PMs, to product owners, to developers to check if the organization is working and also if they have any suggestions. Note that organizing your file should not take too long. If you want free access to my template, head to the description to find the link. I hope you find this video helpful, and if there is anything that you would like me to talk about here, just let me know in the comments. Happy designing!